All right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Tuesday night, and it's time for Tuesday Tales presents. We are reading, we're reading The Ballad of Broken Bird, my upcoming novel, here every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. And you guys are all invited. Good evening, Kevin, and welcome, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Um, we are following the story of Broken Bird, who is a native man who just received a pretty bad, well, not just, he got a bad diagnosis with cancer. And so he has an expiration date on him. And so he decides to sell all his things. Hey, Chuck, welcome. Thank you for coming. He decided to sell all his stuff and make a road trip across the United States, kind of trying to emulate Jack Kerouac in a way. And you brought the badgers and the bees. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So anyway, had a lot going on this week. It's been pretty busy. We had a coffee with friends. Hey, Jessica, welcome, welcome, welcome. It was rainy. I know it's snowy in parts of Minnesota. Not here though. Hey, Bobby. Bobby is not at a meeting. It's good. Good to see you, man. Were you able to get caught up now so you don't have to wonder what's going on in tonight's episode? Bobby missed out on one of the episodes and he was going to catch up later. But he's so busy, I don't know when he finds time to catch up on anything. Anyhow, um, yeah, so we did, what did we do? We did toe tapping Thursdays on last week, and we had a special guest. Lindsay joined us, and that was a lot of fun. Um, her and I haven't played music together for a couple of years, so it was nice to jump in and play together again. Um, and then we had coffee with friends, which which actually was a lot of fun. I like doing that. I don't get to see Bobby that often. I don't know why that is. We've just both been really busy. I know this is busy season for him. So we just kind of see each other when we can. And yeah, so it was kind of good to kind of see him a few times during the week and do the podcast thing with him, doing the live streams with him is a lot of fun. So anyhow, Broken Bird. Oh, good. I'm glad you're caught up, Bobby. Broken Bird has made his way to Seattle, and he's made his way to Seattle, and he met a new friend, Josie Whalen, and they hit it off really well. And she kind of showed him the Jack Kerouac connections in Seattle, and then he went to a powwow and he got mugged. He got mugged by the kid that tried to get him to share his hotel room with him. Him and his homeless friends ganged up on Broken Bird and kind of beat his ass, and then he ended up in the ER. And guess who just happens to be working at the ER? That's right, Josie. So that is where we are at tonight. And hey, Beth, how are you? Good to see you, honey. Yeah, that's So yeah, that's where we're at now. Well, hey, Uncle Tom, how are you doing? Uh, there's a there's a lot of I got a lot of writing done over the weekend on this book. Like I said, this book isn't finished. Doing this exercise, reading you guys the post edited chapters two at a time has really gotten the juices flowing again to start writing and finishing this book. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys coming out here and listening every week. or checking it out on YouTube. Either way, I appreciate you guys and all your support. I'm glad you're enjoying the story. There's a lot of me in this story, and a lot of my heart is in this. That being said, um, I rewrote next week's chapters, and it is probably one of the most heartbreaking chapters I've had to write. It was pretty tough. So get ready for some tear jerkers next week. So, but that being said, everybody's getting coming in here and getting all comfortable. I've noticed because I listen to these the next day at work when I'm working, and I notice I get really freaking chatty in the beginning, and it takes about 10-15 minutes for me to get started on the story. And I don't want to do that to you guys because then I'll start losing viewers. So, that being said, how about we jump into the story? All right. All right. Hello. Oh, just I want to check. I've also noticed listening to the stories the next day. How is the sound? Is my voice quiet or is it loud enough? Because sometimes playing it through my well, hey Angela, nice to see you. A dog does not die, Angela. I promise. I promise a dog will not die next week's episode. So, but is the sound okay on here? So I hope so. If not, I don't know if I'm gonna just get rid of this studio equipment and just read using the laptop microphone. So okay, sounds good. Good, 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 good. All right. So let's get into book. You guys all snuggled up. And oh good. Okay. Sounds good. Iced tea, man. Awesome. Awesome. Thanks, Angela. I get to use some effects tonight because the chapter opens on a dream that he's having. So Ollie's here. Awesome. Got your snuggle bunny. All right. Here we go. The Ballad of Broken Bird. Chapter 18. I stood out on the road, not sure if it was in the Dakotas or perhaps in the Southwest. My bike had fallen apart. I was holding the handlebars in my hands. I watched as the rest of the bike began to erode with rust and then blow away with the winds. The highway was desolate and ran in a straight line into a midnight blue horizon. There, the sky rumbled and lightning flashed. I turned around, and Ben, Uncle Bones, and my mother stood on the road with me. "What you gonna do, popcorn fart?" Uncle Bones asked. "This is a bad omen, son. You should turn around," Mother said. "Go back home to be with your father, or spend the rest of your days with your sister." "You're at a crossroads, broken one," Ben said. "This is your vision." "Is it mine?" I asked. "Is it really mine? It seems like every time I think I'm on the right path, I find a pothole to slow me down." "Maybe you're where you need to be," Uncle Bones said. "Maybe this is a sign to turn around and go home," Mom said. "You still have a few miles left in you," Ben said. "Do I?" I asked angrily. I don't even have a bike. I don't have anything." I looked down and the motor of the bike was lying on its side. The frame had faded away and the wheels were scattered about. The motor still chugged, puffing out exhaust in little chugs. Old Lucy never let me down, Uncle Bones said. Lucy was short for Lucifer, the name of his bike. Give her time to heal and she'll be right as rain. Ben, Uncle Bones, and my mother gathered the surviving bits of Lucy and put them in my arms. Mom kissed my cheek. Uncle Bones slapped me on the back. Ben put his hand on my shoulder and gave me a nod. I started to walk towards the storm. The rain began to fall and drench me and what was left of my bike. I winced at the thunder that bellowed above and the lightning that stabbed through the air at me. The road got darker and darker. I could still hear my boots scraping the wet tarmac. It sounded like a heartbeat. Thump, thumpa, thump, thumpa, thump. Josie? I said, not sure if it was in my head or out loud. It felt as if I had screws wrenched into my head. The laceration on my lip felt raw and open. My wonderful ribs felt like a couple of ice picks turning in my side. Fuck! I know I said that out loud. Looks as if the painkillers are wearing off, Josie said while she was adjusting my IV tubes. Scale of 1 to 10, what's your pain at? 20. I'll go grab you some more mind melter. I didn't know if it was day or night. There were no windows in the ER, and the clock said 7:30, but I didn't know if that was AM or PM. Josie came back with a needle, shot some loveliness into my IV. Gonna give you a light dose, hun, she said. You're gonna have some visitors shortly, and you're gonna need your brain cells. Visitors? Yep, Seattle's finest. I've reported your incident to the cops last night when I went home. Ugh, okay. Is there anyone else I need to call? Let them know you're in the hospital? No. I'll call my dad later. Maybe. A half hour later, 2 officers came in to speak with me. I told them what happened. One officer thought maybe it was a drug deal gone bad, and I was a little angry at that assumption, but explained the incident that happened in the hotel lobby earlier. They sent some other officers to the hotel, and they caught that kid and one of his friends in my hotel room. They had stayed the night. They had also spent up the money that they had lifted from my wallet, and God knows if they used my credit and debit cards. They also found marijuana in my room and did not believe me that it wasn't mine. When they left, I called my bank. There was $1,100 left in my account out of $14,324. The remainder would get me back home, but not down the road further on my destinations. I was angry, and it hurt physically to feel it, so tears just fell, and those hurt too. I was helpless. Josie came in and sat by me on my bed. I'm sorry, she said. It's gonna be okay. Those sons of bitches took my money, I said. That's all I had. We'll figure something out. You're gonna have to stay the night. They're gonna bring you upstairs to the ICU. For how long? Hopefully just the night. Then what? I thought to myself. Try to find work to get more money? No one's gonna hire me looking like this. Can I even drive my bike with broken ribs? I guess I'll have to. I guess I'll head home with my tail between my legs and just wait to die at my dad's place. Fuck. Fuck this shit. I'm going to come back in about an hour, Josie said. I'll give you one more dose of painkiller before they move you upstairs. It will help you sleep. She went to get up and I grabbed her wrist. Hey, I said, thank you for taking care of me. I'm sorry to be a pain. It's my job, silly, she said. Besides, you didn't give me much choice, did you? Just showing up in my ER looking like an abused teddy bear. Easy now. She smiled and left to do what she does. I used the time to call my dad. My muggers must have seen what a cheap, shitty phone I had and left it on me. It rang 8 times, and then my stepmom, Kathy, picked it up. Oh, hi, Kath. Is my dad there? I said in the happiest voice I could muster. He's out washing his Chevy, she said. Dad had a mint 1957 Chevy Bel Air. It was restored to look just like his first car when he was a teenager. He babied that car probably more than he babied me or my kid sister. Ah, okay. Want me to get him? No, that's okay. I'm just calling to say hi. Well, that's nice. Did he tell you he got his results back from the doctor? Uh, no. Is it bad? Well, she began to whisper, it's not good. The tumor is cancerous, but the doctor said it's small enough that they may be able to remove all of it with a biopsy. I guess that's sort of good news. Is he going to have to do chemo? Not sure. Depends on how here's your dad now. I heard them murmur in the background, then silence. Then Dad cleared his voice. Hey, kid, he said in his happy voice. Hey, Pop, I said. Giving the Chevy a bath, are you? Yep. They just came in to get some more towels. Are you doing okay? Yep. Yep. Living the dream. Are you still in Seattle? Yeah. Met some people, did some touring, ate some seafood. Good. Good, good, good. Seattle's a pretty city. Yep. But she really has some ugly spots too, I thought. Well, I got my results from the doctor. Yeah, I heard. How are you doing with that? Well, it's the most treatable kind of cancer, so the doctor thinks he caught it in time. I go in to have it removed next week. You want me to come back? What for? I don't know. Take care of you? Keep you from driving Kathy insane? I'll be okay, son. You finish up your trip. It's my right to drive your stepmother insane. I've earned it. We shared a laugh. I'll call you before you go into surgery, I said. Okay, sounds good. I hope you're enjoying yourself out there, he said. Thanks, Dad. I am. I met a new friend, too. Her name's Josie. We hung out for a bit, and she showed me the city. Ooh, sounds serious. We shared another laugh. Nah, I said. Nothing like that. She's just a very good friend. Well, good. I better go dry the Chevy before the water spots dry. Okay, Pops. Talk to you soon. Love ya. Love you too. I didn't want to tell him the shape I'm in. He had enough going on without me adding my shit on top of that. Part of me wanted to come home and spend time with him. I didn't know if a round of chemo would be good for him. Chemo will kick a person's ass. It's designed to kill the cancer cells, but it also kills some of the good cells too. A little part of you dies with the cancer. I don't know how I was going to either get to California or Minnesota. California meant more money, and Minnesota meant giving up on this trip, giving up on my vision. Either case was moot because I didn't know if I could travel with my ribs the way they were. Josie said there's a good chance I could catch pneumonia. Well, then I'm really fucked. I can't afford to be laid up in a hotel, and there weren't too many places in Seattle to pitch a tent. And besides, after getting mugged, yeah, I didn't really feel like being outside. I'm fucked. Josie came in with a healthy dose of painkiller. A crew from ICU came in behind her with a wheelchair. They carted me up to my new digs, and I was asleep by the time my head hit the pillow. I was on that road again. This time, only Ben stood beside me. "Tell me what you see," he said. "Not this again, Ben," I groaned. Above me, there was an eagle, its large wingspan scooping up large waves of air until he could hit the stream. When he caught it, he glided like a kite, floating on the waves of air, free like the wind that carried him. Then 5 blackbirds began to circle him. Each one took turns pecking at him. He cried out, bobbing and weaving through the attack. The eagle began to plummet towards the road. The blackbirds followed in a circling frenzy, still trying to rip pieces from the raptor. Just then, another eagle screeches and arrives from somewhere above. She swoops down and grabs the other eagle by his feet and flies him off to her nest. I looked down at my arms, and I was holding my motorcycle remains. "Someone once said," Ben said, looking at the ground, "that perseverance is what cuts a groove in a rock." "And what's that supposed to mean?" I asked. "I know you're thinking about giving up on your trip." "Yeah, I am." "Why?" "Why? I'm almost fucking broke. My dad's got cancer and is going to the hospital. I got mugged. All signs are pointing for me to head in the direction home. Just give this shit up. Mom would call it bad omens. I've got nothing." "Nothing?" "Well, okay, I've got my bike. 1,000 in the bank, but that won't get me far." "May get you further than you think." "Quit speaking in riddles, Ben. All signs are pointing for me to go home and die there." He chuckled to himself. "And what's so fucking funny?" I asked. "Maybe you're looking at the wrong signs." "How?" "You just watched an eagle almost fall to his death and was rescued by a female eagle. So, maybe you were meant to move forward yet. Maybe you're meant to relax for a spell. Maybe there's something in Seattle you need to learn." "I can't afford to stick around. I have to get back home." "Is there more money at home?" "No." "So stop looking at trivial things. If you were meant to make this trip, if you weren't meant to make this trip, it would have ended before you started. You're on a timetable. We all are." "Well, what am I supposed to do?" "You're supposed to wake up." These damn visions were starting to piss me off. I didn't know if they were actual visions or just the medication talking. But I woke up. It was the next day, around noon. Josie was in her scrubs reading a book. Are you, are you on break? I asked. Oh, hey, she said with a smile. I've been off for about 15 minutes. Jesus, those drugs really knocked me out, but must be wearing off because I'm starting to feel every bruise on my body, especially the lungs. I coughed a few times and thought my rib cage would explode. I talked to your doctor, and they will be releasing you this afternoon. Ah, fuck. She pulled out a Tupperware bowl and unfastened the top. The smell of freshly baked brownies rushed up my nostrils, but there was a hint of something else there, too. Oh my God, I said. You made brownies? Well, she said in a whisper, these are special brownies. They have medicine in them. Josie, are you telling me you've got marijuana brownies in there for me? Shh. They'll send you home with some Oxycontin, but I don't like Oxy. It's a it's horrible shit. So I thought maybe you could try these instead. You are too kind. Also, uh, I was wondering if you'd want to recover at my place. I've got my bed all made up for you, and I'll just crash on the couch. I, I can't put you out like that. Thank you, but nonsense. I've already had your remaining things from the hotel brought over to my place, anyways. Is Lillian okay with this? She really likes you, which is weird, 'cause she doesn't like anybody. She's totally okay with it. Why are you doing this? Because I care about you. I know how important this trip is to you, and I want to help. I don't think I'll be continuing the trip. I've only got enough to get me back home. We'll talk about that when you're recovered, okay? What's with all you silver lining people around here? Oh, did you have other visitors today? Well, kinda. Anyways, thanks for the magic brownies, Josie, and everything else. No worries, badass. I'll swing by and get you when they discharge you from the hospital. Oh, and I wouldn't eat a whole one at first. Maybe half a one. See how it treats you. If it doesn't fuck you up too bad, then eat the other half. Okay. Thanks, Betty Crocker. Smart ass. And with that, she left. I gauged my pain to be about an 11 out of 10, so I ate a whole brownie, and I went off to sleep until Josie wheeled me out to her car, and we headed to her apartment. Boom, 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 boom. How's everybody doing? We doing good? Is it the outlaw Josie Wales? Yeah, actually, that's kind of how we came up with that name. Was uh, yeah. So good observation, Chuck. All right, on to chapter 19. Chapter 19. It had been a few days, recovering on the giant, comfy bed that Josie allowed me to sleep in. I hadn't really been out of the bedroom except to use the bathroom. She was against taping up my ribs and said they needed to heal naturally. This made coughing hard to do. Okay, let's face it, it made everything hard to do. I spent many hours hugging the pillows as my lungs tried to reject all the crap smoking had left in them. During this time, the bank had recovered the majority of my money. I'd cut up all my credit cards before the trip, so I didn't have to worry about those. They would send me a new debit card to Josie's address. I still had the issue of getting my bike looked at, and figured I'd have to find a way to afford that. The window was open, and salty breezes came in through the sheer curtains. A few taps at the door, and Josie came in. "Morning, sunshine," she said, holding up a cup of coffee. "The earth says hello." "Starshine," I said. "What?" "Starshine. It's good morning, starshine." She handed me the cup. "Okay, Mr. Know-it-all. Sounds like you're well enough to go for a walk." "A walk?" "Yep. You need to exercise, get some vitamin D from this rare Seattle sunshine." "Ugh," she laughed. "Don't you give me that. You've been laid up for a while. You and your lungs need exercise, and my sheets need a good washing." "All right." I tried to get up. My ribs protested. "Easy, cowboy," she said, and offered her hand and helped me slowly up. "And I'm supposed to walk?" I said. She walked over to her closet, pulled out a long piece of wood that was carved with different inscriptions. It had been used for a long time as a walking stick. "This gonna be your best friend for a while," she said, handing it to me. I leaned on it, and it held securely until I was standing on my own 2 feet. "Thank you, Josie," I said, a bit humbled. "I'll let you get some clothes on, and then we can go for a little walk around the block, okay?" she said, pulling the sheets off her bed. After painfully pulling some clothes on, we stepped out the door and walked the city streets. It was a slow process, and my torso seemed to feel every dip or drop in the sidewalk. She was alongside me, helping every step of the way. Our walks continued for a few weeks until I was more mobile and needed less and less of any painkillers or her special brownies. I still used the walking stick, but stopped needing to slow down to catch my breath. One night, as we sat down for dinner, I spoke to her about needing to get some money to help pay for the bike to get fixed. "Well, how do you feel about being a bar back at my work?" she asked. "What would I be doing?" I asked. "Oh, replacing kegs, cleaning the taps, etc. Basically, you'll be our bitch at the bar." "Great, I'll take it." And so that's what I did. In about a month, I had enough to get my bike up and running. I also had some to thank Josie and Lillian for letting me stay at their place. "Oh, we're not taking it," she said. "Use it for the next emergency." "I'll take it," Lillian said jokingly. "No, you will not," Josie said, slapping her hand. "Josie," I said, "you did so much for me. I have to be able to pay your kindness back." "I didn't do it for the money. I did it because I wanted to help a friend." "But," "No buts. I'm just glad we got to meet one another. I'm happy that I was able to help you on your quest. I'm also glad we got some time together to get to know one another." I hugged her tightly. "I'm so glad I met you too, Josie. I'll never forget you." "And what about me?" Lillian protested. I gave her a hug as well. "I could never forget you, Lillian." "Who could ever forget Lillian?" Josie joked. "Right?" I agreed. "Well, where you headed to next?" Lillian asked. "Somewhere near San Francisco," I said. "Oi, that's a haul." "I'll probably stop in Oregon. There's a there's a place I need to visit and uh and some things I need to put to rest. I might just camp out there." Josie noticed a change in my mood when I mentioned Oregon. She reached out and gave my shoulder a light squeeze. You okay? She asked. Yep, I lied. I'm good. You leaving in the morning then? Yeah, depending on how much we drink tonight. I'm hoping to be on the road by 8 a.m. Well, you might want to start earlier. Really? Why? Traffic is horrible between here and Tacoma. Even that early? Oh, hell yes. As the evening got late, Lillian gave me one last hug and a peck on the cheek and went to bed. Josie asked me if I wanted one more, and judging by how she asked me, she wanted to chat just a little bit longer. So I agreed to one more, knowing full well I'd be tired as hell when I woke up. Josie handed me a sweaty glass of whiskey and sat next to me. You got a lot waiting for you along the way, huh? She said softly. Yeah, I said distantly. What's waiting for you in Oregon? It was hard to swallow when she asked me that question. I almost felt like I was going to break out in a sweat. You don't have to, she began. No, I said, that's okay. It's something that happened a long time ago at a campground on a beach. It's something horrible. I can't even put it into words. Okay, she hugged me. I'm sorry for bringing it up. No, it's okay, Josie. Just thanks for caring. That's really what you're doing, isn't it? What's that? You're chasing ghosts, exorcising them from your life before you go. Hmm. Guess I never looked at it like that. Just remember something for me, will you? What's that? The world has a lot of beautiful things to show you. Beautiful scenery, beautiful people. And since fate has decided that your time is limited, don't spend too much time chasing your past and really live in the moments you're allotted. Appreciate the beautiful moments too. And that brought a smile to my lips. You're beautiful, Josie, I said. Thanks, badass, she said. Nah, you're the badass in this story. We clinked our glasses together and swallowed our last gulp together. Can um can you do me a favor? I asked. I mean, you've done so much for me already, but I'm trusting only you with this. Oh boy. Uh okay, she said uneasily. Shoot. I've been carrying this old notebook with me on this trip. Been writing about all the events that have happened and all the people I've met. And when it's my time to go, or I feel like I'm finished with it, I'm going to send it to you. Can you make sure that it gets published? I, I'd be honored. Any special instructions? Nope. I'll shop around for a publisher while I'm on my trip. I'll text you one that seems interested in it if I ever find one. And if you don't, well, if I don't find one, then just keep it. We've always felt like we've been friends forever, so it'll be your piece of me that's been missing. We hugged one another one last time. I kissed her on her forehead, and we said our good nights. I never met another soul like Jessie's again. Oh, I forgot something, she said, running into her room. She came out with her walking stick. It had a bow wrapped around it. For you, good sir, she said with drowsy dramatics. His name is Gandalf, and I trust you will keep him well. Ah, Josie, I said, I can't take Gandalf. He will see you along your journey. Lean on him when you need to, and remember me by it. Thank you, my friend. Another deep hug, and then we were off to bed. And that, my friends, is the end of chapter 20. Here we go. Let there be light. Oh, I hope you guys enjoy that one. Um, you guys might want to bring whiskey next week for that one. That's for those chapters are gonna be they're gonna be they're gonna be something. So, but yeah, um, so Broken Bird got to hang out with read more. I can't read more because the next chapter is pretty. It's a pretty deep one. So, and we're gonna need time for that one. But otherwise, I would, Bobby. I would if it was a short chapter. Next chapter, I would. But yeah. Um. So yeah, that's Josie Whalen. And Broken Bird had his visions, and that's kind of what having a vision is all about. It's almost like, well, did I dream that, or is that something speaking to me? So on the spiritual level, that's basically what a vision is. Um, and from what I've gathered, um, whenever you're looking for life's answers, I always get told either it is what it is, or you'll know when you're supposed to know. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Um, yeah, you'll know when you're supposed to know, or it's the whole moves in mysterious ways things that kind of gets to be a pain in the ass sometimes. but but that's what we do. We're always looking for answers for everything, and we're always trying to make sense of the things that happen around us. Broken Bird has been he's been pretty beat up in life. Been through divorce, and he kind of walked out on his kids. And he's had cancer a couple times, and he's had a lot of heartbreak and a lot of dysfunction growing up. So, um, when he is coming to the end of his life, which he doesn't know when, he just knows it's going to be soon. Um, he spends a lot of time aching over his past, and I needed somebody to kind of say, "Hey, let's not focus on everything that happened back then, and realize the beauty that we've witnessed in our past and what's in front of us." And it's kind of like that term that I've used in this story already, Wapila, which is a First Nations term for appreciating, being grateful for what we have, and not so much trying to figure out the whys, but just being grateful that it is, you know, that type of thing. So I know I need to do that from time to time, especially this time of year. I don't know what it is about this time of year, but yeah, I get a little mopey and I get a little crabby, and I mean, it's been kind of hard to do around Bobby because he's like super happy all the time and motivated, and freaking with Christmas, oh my god. So but yeah, it's it's a lesson that I keep trying to tell myself is to be grateful about my present and be grateful for everything that I've gotten to experience. I mean, if I hadn't experienced the things that I have, I wouldn't have this story to write, right? So, so yeah, there's that. Anyhow, so this week we are not going to have a wabi sabi. What's that? What the heck is wabi sabi, dude? We talking a foreign language on here. Press one. Press one when you watch this show. No, so we're not having a toe tapping Thursday because it's Thanksgiving, and Bobby will be in Brainerd visiting his grandkid and his daughter and son. He's taking his son with him, and then Lindsay is going to be celebrating Thanksgiving with her family, and I am going to be spending Thanksgiving with my friends, Matthew and Wanda, who graciously, graciously invite me every year to come out and have Thanksgiving with them, which is awesome. And I'm on call for work anyway, so I got to stick around town. So that's what I do. I go over to Matthew and Wanda's. He usually smokes a brisket all day, and we savor that for dinner. Yeah, and then his dog hates me because his dog is racist and always barks at me. But it is what it is. There I go saying that, right? Wopila. So anyhow, so that's what I'm doing. I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome Thanksgiving. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, that's all right. I hope you just have a memorable week. I hope that you're able to spend one of these days with your loved ones and your close people who you are close with and enjoy spending time with. Sometimes when you get to spend Thanksgiving with your family, you're not spending time with people that you enjoy spending time with. So there's always that as well. But yeah, no, I hope you guys have a great week. Um, Probably do a coffee with friends on Sunday. I think we'll all be available for that one. And then yeah, and then next Tuesday we'll be doing chapter 20 and 21. And like I said, it's a tough one. It's going to be a tough one to get through. I'll be glad you guys will be with me to do it. And also, oh, thanks, Bobby. Thanks for the stars, man. I think you just shot me over $5 and I can cash in. Um, but you got Rory and granddaughter coming tomorrow. Awesome. That's awesome because yeah, I know that situation. We've talked on that one. So that is awesome, my friend. I'm glad. I'm very glad. Granddaughters make the whole world go round. I tell you. I'll tell you what. Um. So yeah, I am going to be looking forward to coffee with friends. I'm going to be looking forward to this week. I don't have to work on Thanksgiving, although I'm on call. So somebody's internet goes down. I guess I will be working on Thanksgiving. But time and a half, double time and a half. Boom, money in my pocket. So yeah, I'm happy for that. Grateful to have you guys in my life. Grateful that you're here. Again, if you have missed any of the past ones, past chapters, you can go on the YouTube. That's at Bradley Bodeker 70, and you go on my YouTube page, and I pretty much have everything listed in on the playlist. So if you're looking for a story or a book that you want that you missed out on, you just hit the title of the book, and it'll take you there. Or you're looking for a certain um, you're looking for a certain podcast live stream that we did that's on there too. All of our past toe tapping Thursdays and tunes for Tuesday are on there. Also, horror hump days on there. So any of those you can head out there. Yes, granddaughters do. Yes, there's some grandpas on there agreeing with me. So yeah, thank you for sharing with us. Absolutely, Bobby. There might only be a handful of you out there. I know this live stream, this book that I'm reading has probably the most biggest viewership for any of my books. This is the one that's got the biggest ones, or the most numbers, which is awesome. And they don't always comment on here, um, but they will bring it up in conversation outside of online. People will either text me, um, or they'll message me, or I will bump into them in town and they'll be like, "Oh, your story night on Tuesdays," and that is awesome. You don't have to talk and stuff on here if you don't want to. You don't want to say hi. You want to just stay in the background. That's awesome too. Um, because I'm glad you're enjoying the books. Um, especially this story. It's I can't say it enough. This book is a huge chunk of me, and yeah, I'm kind of laying it all out there for you guys. And I don't I'm hoping it's not too heavy. So 'cause I can't tell you how it ends because I don't even know. I don't even have it done. So there we go. Wabi sabi is a Japanese aesthetic that finds beauty in things that are imperfect, impermanent, and incomplete. Huh? Like the island of misfit toys, man. Just like that. So, all right, folks. Peace and a bottle of hair grease. I love you guys very much. If we get some winter weather here, uh, and you're traveling out of town, Bobby, please be careful. I want to see you guys all here either at coffee or at the next chapter reading, okay? That's your homework assignment. Meantime, love you all. Mwah. See you on Sunday with some coffee. Do, 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 do. I've lost. Oh, there it is.